Baby. Not bragging, but you know my steez. I'm not from the era of R8 or PDC. You may not know me, but more I put the tongue in bricks.
That's what you're saying. They were scared.
Civilians.
It was more like actors. Deep down.
Civilians are actors. You see, there's a point where roads cross. And remember, there's always been some glamour, for whatever reason, in criminality.
Can I set the agenda?
Please.
Can I say it? Because I can see where you're going. Yeah, I want you to go there.
Yeah.
It's important. I want you to go there. So, what I want to do, I want to open a conversation up. I don't just want to have it. It's not just for me. It's for everyone because I already understand the thing.
100%.
But because we don't talk as a community, maybe we don't understand certain things.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I want to open up this conversation that I've seen through my life, like the gangster complex. Like 1 minute you like gangster stuff, next minute you hate gangster stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I want all the podcasts to talk about this.
Yeah.
I want the Chucky Onlines,
Yeah.
RTMs. Let's talk. Let's all talk about this because it's a big thing. It doesn't involve me. It involves everybody.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
The things that we like, and then we cry about when the things that we like happen.
Yeah.
Like so, we talk about music. We're in the dance,
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. Lots of girls as well. They sing that song,
Yeah.
talking about what they love,
Tell you about
and
from
people
which
getting
part.
shot and all this stuff. And this is the girls.
Yeah, I know.
Just don't imagine what the boys are on.
The
The boys are acting it out.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what I'm saying is, I want to talk about, as a community,
Yeah.
let's talk about the
100%.
gangster complex. Like,
Do you know
why
what?
do we love and hate it at the same time?
I think a lot of people like the idea of it, and that's one thing I'd just probably say as a beginning, because I know you're not going to take it deep. Just, I think that people like the idea of it and don't like actual gangsters in their life. You understand?
Do you know what man said that to me in prison though?
Yeah.
One guy, he's so knowledgeable. Yeah, this guy called Sam. He's from Leicester.
Yeah.
He was doing life and that, and he was talking to me about a girl situation.
Yeah.
You know, he said to me, he said, yeah. He said, what I said to her is, you don't love me. You love the idea of being with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him as well. My ex didn't love me. She loved the idea of me.
I said, wow. When I heard that, I said, Sam, you're a legend.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up, Sam, wherever you are. From Leicester.
It's crazy.
Real
'cause
G, that.
every little pocket of people have a gangster in their group. So like, even let's say the I like to say, I don't want to use the word lightly, nerds. The nerds there's a gangster in the nerd group. You know, there's one of them that's
100%.
That's because not everyone's world is open to everybody's world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But in terms of the gangster that everybody likes, that you're talking about, they like the idea. But
They like Tony Montana, but when Tony Montana comes
when he's in their yard,
in their comes with their sister now, man's looking at Tony Montana different.
But you know, conversely,
But they've been acting like Tony Montana all week.
because it challenges their thing.
The energy, the vibe, the clothes, the
Yes.
vibe, the music.
Yes.
Ooh. And then Tony Montana comes in the house.
you don't want nothing
In
to
love
do
with their daughter or their sister.
Yeah.
And now there's a big kerfuffle.
Yeah.
So what is that?
That's
Because that's what it's like in the culture as well.
There's a side of it, like I say to you, that a lot of people don't live it. Like I say, they won't live it out as well.
Is it
So-
mental health?
I think it's definitely mental health,
mental
but
health
it's
involved
part.
in
It's more
cheap mentality.
entertainment.
Yeah.
It's more entertainment.
Yes.
And this is what it is. Because it is glamorized and has been glamorized through films, people want access to it. But they want access in a limited way. Now, I've seen violence up close and personal. I have committed some small levels of violence, and I have also experienced on one occasion violence. Now, if I had been a victim of it a lot of times, but I've experienced it once. And the once that I experienced it, I totally allowed it to get somebody away from somebody. But it's not nice, is it?
But there's some gangsters that are not violent.
Now, 1 minute.
Non-violent.
Not all gangsters are violent, but here's the thing.
No, a real gangster is
violent.
non-violent.
Yeah.
Because you know
Because it's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
It's just the inference
His
of
thing is,
violence.
listen,
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
we need to
However-
to work whilst violence will be displayed.
However,
Exactly.
That's his
fine.
thing. I don't really want to display it every day because it don't make things
Yeah,
work.
and
No.
that's why I feel like
Well, I
You
mean-
will hate me and I will hate you.
Can I make a request?
Yeah.
Because I always talk about definitions, and when I talk about definitions, I'll ask what a man's understanding is. So, in the definition of a gangster, let's separate gangsters from people with mental illness now.
We had that.
Because remember, let's have that conversation first.
Is that you
So
like
that we.
No, we did it.
No,
Oh,
I'm
we
saying
did it.
let's set the stage for what a gangster is.
Yeah.
Because
Sometimes gangsters in certain countries can protect communities.
Yeah.
But this is my point now. So what I want to do is I want to separate people who are mentally ill, because there are people who are mentally ill who do things, and people say, "Oh, he was a." I say, "Nah, he was always a nutty bunny." I said, because you didn't know he was a nutty bunny, because you were shook of him. I was never shook of him. I was seeing who was there. He was a nutty bunny. That's why he did the things that he did. Don't conflate that with being a gangster, someone who was going out to mash P based on the inference that he was going to do damage to somebody.
But mashing P and just being violent, that's two different things.
Now that's my point,
But
and
some
that's why I said let's
there's some
separate
people that have
from.
both.
It's different. Yeah,
There's some people that have both though.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
That have both.
Yeah.
So how do you differentiate them from the other ones?
And do you know what I feel like with the gangster thing? Yeah, people feel like they're gonna be able to choose. They're gonna be able to make a name for themselves. And I've always known that the people that try to make a name for themselves never make a name for themselves.
But do you know why?
Do you get what I'm saying to you?
But do you know why?
No,
Because they're victims.
No, they're not only that. I feel like
And they think they're predators, but they're not.
No, people. This is my point. So you see, like the people that even have like a little rapport about themselves. There's a reason. Sometimes God's got a journey for them. Sometimes God's got a journey for the influence, and that you see that I think Q's one of those people. Like
Definitely.
with his story, there was a journey. There's another journey of influencing and saving.
But God's giving that because He knows my heart.
No, but this I'm saying that.
You know what I mean?
But you see the same way people know about you. There's certain people that may have done worse than you, and they're always trying to come and tell me, if you think his story is mad, you hear this story, or you.
And that's not it.
It's not about that.
That's
But
not
sometimes their stories ain't even worse.
No, it's not even about it. It's no. I'm not saying
you
it's
gotta be
worse.
real. I mean
I'm not saying
worse
it's
is
worse,
no.
but
You know.
you'll be
When I mean
Sorry, do
worse-
you know what we didn't do?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cheers.
You're missing my
Cheers.
point. You're not.
No,
I'm just saying,
no,
talking
no.
about.
You see, when I say worse, Jay, yeah, this is what I'm saying, and this is what I want. This is what I want people to understand about me.
Yeah.
You see this life that everyone glamorizes and talks about.
Yeah.
I didn't ask to be in it.
100%.
I didn't float to it.
100%.
You see, as I really opened my eyes and had any understanding, it's all the understanding I had.
But then
I didn't have nothing
But
else. bro.
did you hear the first thing I said?
No,
was?
do you know what I'm saying?
First thing I said was, it's the people that want.
Want.
People do things for the
The aspirers.
For
No, I
a
know so
certain-
much people. I know even my friends. They had good families and that.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. You got mum and you got dad
That's
at home.
my point.
Like, what are you doing?
What
Why
are
are we
you
all out
doing?
here together?
What are you doing? Because you might even
And
see,
as we grow up, why are you
because
still out there?
you'll see a certain man get a certain
It's mad,
respect. Yeah, there's certain man that see a certain man get a certain respect and think, even if they stand next to them and try and act similar within this aura that they feel that they're grabbing off of them, or even just because of that person's got that name, they're living up to it, but they're doing things that person wasn't even doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where it goes mad.
But do you know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying? So let's separate again, because everything has a category.
Yeah.
You deal with the people who have the actual spirit. You did what was in your spirit because you're doing what's in your spirit now.
It's the same thing. Nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
It's just that I just think different.
Yeah.
My body's still the same.
But it was never your
But your
intention.
awareness
Your
is-
intention
No,
wasn't for people
listen, but
to look at you a certain way.
This is what
you
I'm
was
saying,
just going
no.
through it, innit?
You see this body
From a young age.
Yeah, you see this body and this spirit.
Yeah.
It's never changed.
Yeah.
It's just this just changed.
Yeah, that's right.
And it only changed because I got sentence after sentence after sentence.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
on the last one, it was like a big sentence.
Yeah.
And then on that big sentence, I kind of reflect on
Everything.
the other two sentences and everything I've lost and my daughter and all stuff like that. So it was just like, bro, like every time you do something, because of the fucked up past you've had,
Yeah.
you're just gonna go like that. It's gonna get worse and worse.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
thinking next stop's life.
Yeah.
So like, what am I gonna do? Do I wanna just? Because you see some people that, like everyone thinks that they say they love this or they love that, but how can you love something if you're putting it in jeopardy every day?
And you never reflect.
And I couldn't put it. Like I said, I can't put this in jeopardy. My mum's heart, my brother's heart, my sister's
Seen
heart.
everything they've gone through.
Yeah, my daughter's heart, my
And that's the real side of it, though.
That's the real thing.
Yeah, that's the
bro.
real side of it. So I'm saying
That's
that
the real thing.
certain
So I
people
just
can't
thought,
claim.
nah,
They're
that can't
claiming.
happen.
They're claiming everything without both
That
sides.
can't happen.
But then, one minute.
You're claiming
That
things
can't
If you're
happen.
acting,
Because I really
Yeah.
felt it. You get me?
What
bro?
are you
So-
looking at?
Point.
I really felt it.
But
So
this is my
sometimes
point.
when I see people trying to impersonate
Yeah,
what's happening,
that is
I
the
like my
point.
heart's hurt when I'm seeing that.
Of
It's not even
course.
like I'm angry with you and I want to punch you out. I'm like, my heart's hurt. Like, I'm like, what are you
do you
doing,
even
bro?
get it?
And then you're guiding it the wrong way. And
You
that,
know
and it's
they
just-
don't get it.
And you know the reason why I'm saying
a
why
lot,
it's
bro.
important for certain people to have that influence, and through what you're gonna say, through what you're gonna do and say, because a lot of the time in life, people like to say to you, but you don't get it.
No.
They know, but if they don't know you have a story, their whole thing is you could tell them to their blue in their face,
Which
or
is
to
why
your
you
blue in
don't
the
say
face,
anything.
that this. If they don't, there's sometimes the reason why the younger people respect someone that they know a story of, is because they can't say to them, but you don't get it.
Bro, I'm not a rapper, yeah? But everything they talk about, trust me, I've been through it, bro.
But that's my point.
And
But that's why they listen.
It doesn't end up in good place.
No, I
Even
don't.
for business, even
Exactly.
for anything.
For nothing.
There's always someone that tries to spin something and try to make you the bad guy. When really, they're probably the bad guys.
No.
Do you get what I'm saying? They just ain't got nothing to stamp on you. Because, you know, like, you might have been to prison. So, you know, it's like going for a job. Prison, maybe I like him, maybe not. No. You get what I'm saying?
Why take
So
the
we
risk?
can go through, why take the risk? We can go through all of that. But I get that. So I'm not going to be angry with it, but I'm going to find a way around it. Do you get what I'm saying? And do me.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not
But
gonna
people
let that
don't
affect
know
me.
how much that takes as well.
No, it takes a lot after
Yeah.
being held back for so long.
Yeah.
Like I've at least spent just under 20 years in prison my whole life. I'm 43.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
I spent nearly at least 17 years of them in jail.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's hard, bro.
No, but
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes when I see things that are wrong, sometimes I'm gonna feel offended.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. I'm just gonna feel. It's not gonna offend. It's nothing personal.
Yeah.
It's not personal because I know. At the end of the day, if we're talking about this place that everyone was and they was doing all this activity and that, I'm gonna know who you are. I'm not gonna lie and say you wasn't there or
Yeah,
you was
you
there
was
or not
there.
that. I'm gonna tell the truth. There's a lot of truth I've got to tell later on.
Yeah, no,
but it's neither here nor there later
Yeah.
on. But it's always gonna be the truth. If I look bad or you look bad, that's not
Yeah,
because I'm not here to serve myself.
No, 100%.
Serving myself is dead. I done so much wrong things when I was young. so much wrong things.
Yeah.
So much wrong things hurt my heart, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
But look what you.
When I
I
think
always
about
say,
it.
look what you've done. Yeah.
No, do you know why it hurts my heart is because of my daughter the most.
Yeah, no, and I've
That's
seen
the
that.
most
Me and you've had
thing.
that conversation
The most
personally.
thing.
Yeah, we've had that conversation personally.
You know, when I see how families work and life works and that, my daughter the most, bro.
Yeah, no,
Do you get what I'm
that's the
saying?
realest. That's the realest.
And
You've
it's
always been
time
real
you
about
can't-
it.
Yeah,
I'm saying
bro.
to you, yeah. And you know, like I say to you, it's an aura thing as well. I always say to you, even when I first met you, I go back to that first day I met you, yeah, and I never got no criminal aura from Q. You know what I mean? I was in a Real Madrid t-shirt. I didn't know if this was the guy I was meeting or not. Barcelona, sorry, you know I'm not the football guy. You know? I remember it was the colour of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Barcelona shirt, and he just had keys, and he was busting. I didn't know if it's this guy I'm meeting or not. You know, no one's there. Just or it was just some professional guy kind of coming to bust this building and open it for us. You know what I mean? But again,
Big up Corey Johnson.
big up Corey Johnson.
Big up Corey
Yeah,
Johnson,
come
'cause
on,
he was
big
the
up Corey
first one to
Johnson.
say, yeah.
Big up Corey
Got
Johnson.
faith in them.
Come on,
That's my guys.
Come on,
You
we
know
have-
Corey Johnson?
Nah.
We have to get him on here.
He's from well, he's not from Deptford. He's from Brixton.
Okay.
I know his dad, Gary Glitter. You know Gary Glitter?
Gary Glitter.
Yeah, no, not that Gary. Bro, don't do
Oh,
that.
we have to
Don't spray!
We have to make sure.
They're wiring me.
Yeah.
Nah, I might know his boat, but
No,
I don't.
that's Corey Johnson. That's my bro.
Okay.
That's my broski. Like
Yeah.
him and Vincent, my stepdad. He
Yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah,
He was
I know.
tight with Gary Glitter.
Yeah.
You get me? I see that in my own eyes. They were
Yeah.
G's.
But I used to
And not
see
the Gary
them.
Glitter.
Yeah.
Corey's dad.
I used to see.
Shalene and that. Big up Shalene.
I
Big
used
up
to see
all these
them
kids
when
and
they
that,
were
huh?
shooting. We used to shoot World Sound Clash, 93, 94, and 95, and that's when they were doing the security. And we see all the setup for the security and everything that was there at the
Yeah, I was a
security
young
before
boy.
the-
I'll just be in
Yeah,
the car
yeah,
seeing
yeah,
all you
yeah,
lot
yeah,
out
yeah,
there and
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Roller
but
Express.
again, I can say to you, it's enough. There's you see, being able to come up with a plan, having and executing a plan anyway, and just always having that aura that draws people and makes people feel safe. Yeah,
Sorry, do you know Corey Johnson?
yeah.
He's the first man that I've ever seen from road in business. Just so
Yeah,
everybody knows.
yeah.
You know,
But
like
you know it's possible,
Like,
you know?
no. We was all on the road together, doing all that road stuff that everybody thinks about. I came out, and he was a businessman. He had own buildings.
Bro.
There's people working and there's computers.
Because he was
He sitting
always
down at his
supposed to
office.
be there.
I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some people have grown into it.
No,
But I feel
no.
like we.
No,
It's
Judge
the other way
has got
around.
his little thing down in Brixton as well,
Judge-
Angel
no,
Town.
but
Yeah,
you know
no,
what?
It's the
no.
other way around.
Yeah, not
If you-
gonna lie.
if you look at
not
it,
gonna
yeah,
lie. But
but
there's
you-
only a few men that I've come out and seen a transition.
It goes back down to the glorification of what we're not. Because again, we glorified so much a side of what we're not. It's like even when we become who we are, that everyone wants to remind us of
what
a
we're
side
not.
of what we're not. And a lot of it was adolescence. You know, like a lot of the gangster shit is adolescence.
110%.
So it's like if man are still in their adolescence in our later life, that's when it becomes mental health. Like mental illness.
Do you know what I want to do though?
Mental illness.
Do you know I want to give out flowers for 2 transitions from my community?
Yeah, of course.
Definitely Jajo
Yes, definitely.
and definitely Corey Johnson.
Definitely. And yourself.
I'm
definitely
just saying,
yourself.
no, because I'm here, innit?
Yeah,
You
big
can
up.
see it's clear.
I know. I'm bigging you up.
We're all sitting there.
Yourself.
It's clear. Max look on production. It's clear. You know, man, there's with Piers. Normally.
And you, man, for your channel. You know he was a wicked man. Yeah. Stay there quiet in the back.
You get me? Yeah, but I'm on about from where I've left road
No, I
and
know
I've
you're
seen
saying,
people that were in the community doing what they were doing,
Yeah.
and I've come out and they're businessmen.
Basic.
Jaja and Corey Johnson.
Yeah, yeah. There's loads of people like
I
even
don't need to
saying
pretend.
even
That's,
Robin Travis.
that's what I've
went
seen.
and
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
think
yeah.
now who
There's
else.
man that are
That's right.
authors.
Yeah, I don't want to
Robin's
think
an
I wanna
author. Do
forget.
you know what I mean? You know, like man don't really write books in the hood. But Robin Travis is an author. You met him here.
And workshops.
Yeah.
My man, Shug's brother, Acre Lane, book writer.
You see what I'm saying?
Everyone knows his
Even
name.
Dexter
Shug's
Sims,
brother.
my brother Dexter Sims.
Yeah.
Blue, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Big bad Blue back in the day. The things
And-
that he's done for the community, bro.
And what he's doing now? The big digital one?
No, the things that he doesn't.
Do you wanna know the
know,
joke?
like, even what he's
bumped
done
into him.
and what he's got,
I'm
what he's
so
doing.
sorry.
You know, I
I
bumped
forgot
into him
anyone.
on Monday.
Yeah.
He's shooting by the chicken shop. And I'm waiting outside, and the youth man said, "Are you curious about what's
Nadia.
going on in here?"
So
And I
it's
said,
food.
"Nah," I said, "I know the brother."
Yeah, yeah.
And he come out. But the funny thing is, I've been sending him messages all the week before.
Yeah.
And then I've just seen him filming himself, going to the chicken shop, and I've come and slapped him. And I said, here's exactly what I said to him. Fuck the world and save the self. Because your heart is big in the beginning. For nobody that gives a ras about you. But do you know the advice that hold on! You see, that's the thing. The advice that I'm giving him, God, is advice for myself.
But you also got it back and rebound.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And as long as we can do that, I feel like because it's easy to point the finger.
Yeah.
Even me, I always say it to myself. That's why I like to always be a student, like you say.
Yeah.
Because I know it's easy to go, hey.
And you know
what
reflect
could
it in
do?
other people.
Yeah, you know what you could do. You know what you fix yourself.
And you know the one that
You
really
know
need the
that's what I
advice
big up?
is you.
My little brother.
Oh, come on, big time.
And the big up Joe, man.
Big up Joe. Big up
He's
Joe.
been through a lot, innit?
100%. And he's living a
And
good
he's
life.
grown.
Yeah.
He's grown. That's what I love about.
No,
Joe.
grown. I
Big
see
up
a
yourself,
smile.
bro.
A smile he cracked in the
Little
picture
bro,
the other
thank you,
day,
man.
and I was like, I've never seen Joe smile like this. He's happy. You know what I'm
I always
saying?
worry about my little bro, but now he's maybe not have to worry.
100%.
You get what I'm
You
saying?
feel like that's like parent.
That's what I
So
love.
it feels like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
And that's the thing of being the oldest. I'm the oldest of 3 as well. Where you come in the pecking order?
Four. I'm the first though. But
Yeah, I'm the first.
Yeah.
First of 3.
There's different dynamics to this shit.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
to you? And why people do things and why they feel that the protection side of it. Like that's why it's like when people the cause is what makes you who you are. And I feel like a lot of people that get put under the gangster is they're warriors.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah,
different-
yeah.
I feel like that's the differentiation that we need to make.
110%.
It's warriors and hooligans.
It's a warrior class.
Because the warriors are gentlemen as well. The warriors come with class. They even dress well.
It's possible.
No, think about it. Do you know what I was thinking today? How I feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, you know, that warrior that's been through bare wars, and everyone's always trying to come and convince him to fight this war,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that war.
But it's
And
not
you,
your war.
and no, and you know, yeah, you know, only you know if you come out like it's gonna be atomic bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, like
I
atomic
know
bomb.
exactly what you mean.
But they think That's what they want.
Don't call me.
And it's not.
Don't call me for no reason.
No, you see when that happens, it's like an explosion.
Yeah.
Everybody's lives change.
Yeah.
I've been through it. And that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But do you see that thing?
Also,
Do you know what I mean?
Also, it's like
I found out things my family ain't even told me. You know, like what I went through when I was in prison. I found out things.
But it's also like when they're trying to draw out Mayweather.
It's so sad.
To fight. You see when they're trying to draw out Mayweather to fight.
It's not his fight.
Yeah. Mayweather goes and fights mix big peas on some joke thing because he knows he can smack them up. You know, like some prize
Like
fights or whatever.
the other day.
But you lot want to call me out because I got out victorious. So you want to call me out, yeah?
You want to bring me back in so I can lose?
So I can lose. That's
And
the
you
only.
can take my loss. And you can take it.
Only reason you want me back out. Yeah. You want me back out. Yeah. So you can take what I've got.
Nah.
That you could never take anyway.
It's alright. You don't need to see me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Remember what you said earlier?
Yeah. But I want to say something
No,
about
you
Jay.
see.
You know that's why everybody needs a Jay.
No, they do.
Now, 1 minute. This
do.
isn't gas.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you said to me
Remember what you said
earlier.
about oracles?
1 minute. That's the highest you can get.
He's one of them.
No, 1 minute. I smelt it.
100%
I want to say something.
Around people,
I
bro.
smelt it.
Bro,
when we were
don't let
talking
this
at
one
IELTS.
speed and that fool, you know. They come back with everything.
I smelt it when we were at IELTS.
Yeah.
And you said, I hope so, about being the lion.
Yeah.
But I wasn't talking about actually being, forget the animal. I was talking about the frequency.
Yeah.
And I smelled immediately that you were of the frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
However, you see, sometimes we get so big,
no
we
frequency,
get
it's not
lofty
gonna
within
work.
our thing.
It's not going to work if there's no frequency.
And I will say that as a man, sometimes we need to be brought down to earth
Don't film me.
by accountability partners. And you see, my son is one of my biggest accountability partners.
Yeah.
I have another brother, Robert Robinson. And Gwenton has done it to a degree as well.
Yeah.
And you see what you said to me earlier? We all need accountability check-ins.
Yes.
Because we get too big.
Yes.
Even
I
though
don't mind that. I don't mind all of that. You know?
No, we can't. How can we mind it when it improves
no,
us?
But you know what it is? People think
Because I can be wrong.
No, but
We're
because
all,
I'm in a
we're
new
all
field.
wrong.
No, but
We're
you're
all wrong.
I ain't going nowhere.
But when you're warriors,
Trust me.
people are afraid to give you
say
that,
it.
not knowing that you will appreciate that.
They think there's a fear behind it.
Yeah.
And it's a funny thing. My ex used to say this to me.
You can have a real
She say none of the
conversation.
people will say anything real to you because they're actually intimidated because your character's too big.
I'm smoking this like I'm Audrey Hepburn.
It's facts. The
The off-camera smoker.
It's the Audrey Hepburn. He made this clip look longer for a second. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where was we?
Accountability.
Accountability.
We need it.
You know what it is as well? It's that a lot of people don't understand, like people with strength,
Yeah.
that how much they're looking for and they're open to more than the person that looks like they're open to.
But do you know why? It's a projection of their own ego.
Yes.
So the reason they're not going to make an intervention is based on how they would deal with people
yes.
who say something to them because they take it personally.
Yeah.
And they think that big character
but
is going to take it personally.
They don't.
But they don't realize that we don't have no limit.
Yes.
We set ourselves to a journey of permanent self-improvement.
Yeah.
So if you say something, I'm going to come to you quietly and I'm going to say, God, you know, you just saved me from myself.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing about cowards. A coward would look and say, don't say nothing because that guy's crazy.
Yeah, 100%.
If you know his articulation, he's going to go in your DNA, draw out what's there, and he's going to snap it down. Nah, that was never there.
Yeah.
We didn't understand what was actually there. And I said something as oldest child, you know. You know, we're actually stepfathers.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We didn't even understand
100%.
our role. You see, at 13 years old, I was taking my brother and sister from Kennington Ethelred Estate to Deptford to go to school. I was a stepfather. I was made the father of the house. So come 14, I needed to go and get a drink in Kentish Town. I needed to get wet on the weekend because I was doing a man's role. So there are people who will be naturally scared. Because what happens is,
but listen,
you get reduced down and you get bigger and bigger and bigger in yourself to make yourself
I want
stronger
to
to
say something
defend.
to you.
Please.
You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to know something. So what I'm saying to you is, you know that, but I'm someone that's been taken out of my house from a young age. So how do I be a stepfather these days?
With your experience.
Exactly.
And who you are.
And it's actually in you. You see, the thing is, we're not here to be educated. We're actually just here to remember. You know, sometimes when you're actually being told something, and you're like, you got it straight away. Do you know why? Because you're not being taught shit. Nobody ain't rediscovering America for you, know. You're actually just remembering
Watch them,
who you are.
You see certain man that ain't lived out nothing.
Yeah.
You know who they are in the yard as a stepfather.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
See them man that ain't lived out nothing. Lived out none of their inhibitions.
Yeah.
They're the wicked man at home with their stepchildren, cuz. Yeah, they go to work. Yeah, you alright, mate? Yeah, go home, start being wicked. The stepchildren and the missus,
because they didn't realize
because
their
they
potential.
outside they couldn't be. They can't even chat to man outside. There's a lot of people that's what you got to understand. There's enough people that we think have had the build up of someone that can run an ordinary home, but because their lack of experience, it made them an intimidator. I've seen anywhere you've gone, you become a stepfather. Anywhere you've gone, the kids love you. And you're only and you see with kids, you can't fool kids.
Yeah, no. That's one thing you can't do.
You can't fool kids. They'll tell you if your breath stink. They'll tell you if they don't like
If they jump on you, you're a natural
Sometimes kids can be jealous as well, though.
No, I know.
Don't worry about that.
But you can't fool kids.
Who's jealous?
No, sometimes kids can be jealous too.
Yeah.
Of a stepfather.
But you can't fool them.
No, you can't fool
with
them,
the
but-
mother. Yeah, no, that's a different thing. What he's talking about is when you go in an environment and children are naturally attracted to you.
Yeah.
And I understand that. And sometimes it's embarrassing because people don't have it. And you see there's certain men who will be around the people and you don't have it.
Yes.
And you just have it. And children just come to you.
They're cool
Yeah,
with you.
And it's a
exactly.
thing.
Yeah. They're cool with you.
And you know
I
what?
like that because I'll be as cool as I can.
No, but it's
you're just being who you are.
Yeah,
you see
exactly.
The kids, you see the kids?
can't
Yeah,
fool
I'm actually
kids.
trying in that.
The kids, they don't know.
No, you try. No,
They-
I'll try. With kids, I'll try.
No,
People
but
who chatting shit, I ain't trying.
1 minute, let me say
I'll be
something
like,
to
yeah,
you.
you might be able to hit.
You could do whatever impersonation you want. You're not listening to what the man's saying.
No, I'm hearing what he's saying.
Yeah.
Work.
No, you know,
You know
No,
what
I
I'm
heard
saying?
you.
No.
I understand what you're saying.
you don't listen to what I'm saying.
No, I heard what you're saying, but it's
I'm
not
saying
necessary.
I'm on what they're on.
And I'll tell
There's
you
no
why.
confusion.
Yeah.
The kids. I do what they want me to do.
Yeah.
You're serving.
We're going outside and we're doing what we do.
Yeah.
If your mum's on the lay, I'm coming.
I'm not bored. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not the
yeah,
boring
do
guy.
what I need to do.
Yeah. I'm really actually on what you're on
You
as
get what
well.
I'm saying? Yeah, I'm
I
on.
enjoy it.
I like
Actually,
it. It's a good vibe. You get what I'm saying?
You know what I
like
mean?
it.
It's a good vibe. It's true.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm down with it.
Don't like
So there ain't
big
gonna be no
people. You know what I
confusion
mean?
about
Yeah.
personally.
Just
Might be
taking
confused
me
about other
for
people
me.
because they want different
Yes.
things, but I'm not gonna be on that. So
You
they're gonna know.
understand?
Because
But the
Okay.
key to be understood from all of it is there's no impersonation.
no, there's no impersonation. You just gotta be you.
But that's why. It's like
And if it don't work when you're you, it's just not. It's not supposed to work.
when you
Go
go
somewhere
You can't
else.
blame
and
anywhere else.
Go and impact somewhere else.
When we go back into the whole why are
No,
people
sometimes it just don't work.
why
Sometimes
people glamorize though?
things happen.
Yeah.
I don't blame
'Cause
everything on just
I also feel like
not being compatible.
no. Definitely.
Things
And
happen
that's spirit.
sometimes, innit?
I
that's spirit,
I
you
also
get me?
feel like there's a side of people gravitate to gangster behavior when they're broke. So
Yeah.
that's what they got to offer a women. Women,
Yeah.
if they're broke, is gangster behavior. So because they realize that girls like certain
caveman
man.
shit.
Yeah.
you know,
I
it's
went
not-
back to the barbarian days.
And sometimes
get
it's
no
more
pee.
premeditated. But you know what, King? Sometimes
'Cause
it's more
they're angry.
premeditated than that. It's an impersonation of what they think they need to see.
But you know, are you hearing what I mean though?
They
There's
might
certain
see
men
what
that
they go
are
like, the
operating
pictures they
off
like.
of this quote unquote gangster frequency through brokenness though.
Yeah,
And there's a big
yeah.
difference. You see what I'm saying? Like you see when you're accessing it through brokenness,
It's desperation.
it's a different thing. Do you understand what I'm
You gotta
saying?
step in, man. You gotta
So
step
remember
in.
we talk about mental illness and stuff like that, but there's desperation.
Give them the
Desperation.
pleasure,
I don't know if
man.
desperation's it borderlines with mental
Yes,
illness,
please,
but it's just
It's not a million miles away. you
it's
know?
not a million miles
And
away.
shall I tell you
Show
why?
him.
But some people
Because a
some
man has a
suffer.
contract with
Electric
himself
Yeah.
that he will do anything based on his circumstance.
Yeah.
And you know the worst time to do anything
Yeah.
is by reflecting on your circumstance.
Exactly.
So you remember I told
Let
you I
him
did a
check me
Kaiser
out.
Soze and I burned everything that I had.
man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I didn't do? And my ex looked at me and she said, "How are you?" And I said,
I don't know what these are.
we're recording two different shows.
Check the part out, all right? Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Sorry.
My ex looked at me and she said, "How you doing?" And I said, "I'm straight." Now my ex, my mum, and my baby sister are all Aries.
Yeah.
Same woman, different body. And I said, "I'm straight." And my ex looked at me and said, "How can you be straight?" And you know, my mum said the same thing. "How can you be straight?" And I said, "There's nothing I can explain to you. And do you know why? Because what you do when you go into the world is you operate from a position of your circumstance."
Yes.
I said, "I don't do that." I said, like when I have thoughts that are dark, I step outside of my own consciousness, I examine the thoughts, and then I regulate myself so I know what is influence and what is actually me. I said, so when I look at my circumstance, if I had £1 million yesterday and you took it away, and you took away all my material possessions, and today I said I have absolutely nothing, you're going to look at it and say it's dark. I said, I was already on my next mission. I'm an astronaut. I'm an alien. I'm not even supposed to be here. So you could never comprehend where I am as an alien.
I wrote a song about that.
Yeah, no.
I remember.
I'm moving ahead at the speed of light, and you're looking at where I was, but I'm folding the universe to be where I'm going.
Yeah.
And you're looking where I am. My circumstance don't have no reflection in my thoughts every day.
100%.
I'm actually traveling at the speed of light because
Yeah.
I'm folding down the universe
100%.
into where I'm going.
100%.
Now, I'm already there in my head. So when you see me smiling, people don't know this about me. You don't know me. Do you know I actually whistle while I work? So
Yeah.
in this period that I've come out of where the great unwashed don't see me,
Yeah.
I've laid concrete foundations. When I say I'm not talking metaphorically.
Yeah.
I mean literal concrete with one of my brothers.
Yeah.
Labouring work.
Yeah.
And do you know what I did? I whistle while I work. And he's looking at me. I got that song in my nut now. Whistling while I work.
Yeah.
I'm not the same as you.
100%. Can we
But-
get back to the topic?
Please.
Yeah.
And I saw him. And he's looking. And he's going nuts.
And I was gonna say, yeah.
Alright.
Do you think
Let's go.
we've eliminated the gangster complex from ourselves? 100%.
No, not 100%.
No
I don't
way,
think it's
man.
possible.
Because if
I
you hear
think
a bad
it's
boy
a little bit
if you hear a bad boy
DNA level.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
what's it? Messiah, right? What's his name?
By
Everybody's
Messiah.
gangsters.
Yeah.
Everyone bad from which bar?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and there's things.
Everyone's bad.
There's things that I wouldn't
Normal
say on
people.
camera,
Everyone's bad
So-
when they hear
and
that.
you've
So-
heard it off
so-
camera.
so what-
So we haven't fully
Where are we?
exercised.
No, so what can we do in order to? No, I'm not
Because
saying
you love it when they're
'cause
singing it.
As much as
If a man
we
gets
can
licked
have
down right beside you in the dance,
Yeah.
you're gonna be the first to scream
And not go to a dance again.
and phone the feds.
Yeah. But that's my whole point.
But he sang about not phoning the police though.
Oh, Jesus.
By Messiah.
No, I know, but
we phoning the feds.
Listen, there's a Skilly Bang song, yeah. That girl, what's she say?
Yo.
She love gangster or something like. Yeah, she love gangster. She love bad man. She love
Nobody
bad man
loves it.
gangster.
No, everyone loves
She
it. Back
said-
shots.
Now, do you know what?
Yeah.
Nobody actually loves it. They love the idea of it.
No, I'm telling.
I want to ask you a
Let me finish,
question.
please,
No,
please.
Can I-
back to
Let me
Sam
finish.
Lester.
Go on, go ahead.
I'm just talking about how the
Say what you're saying and I want to say what
yeah,
I'm
let him
saying.
how it goes.
How the
How it
gal
goes.
them,
How it
how the
flexes.
gal them move first. Let me just. I just want to wrap this up. I don't want to keep talking about this too. Yeah.
Christ.
These informers.
Yeah.
Hey,
Talk.
Listen, you see every single one of them gal there, I'm gangster.
Yeah, and then they're standing in the dock. They're standing in the dock next week. Don't follow them. Don't follow them. Don't follow them.
It's an
They'll
impersonation.
be the first one to
I
scream.
tell you where his thing is, yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
This is where I
long.
hold this thing.
Because you know what it is? There's a section of men that get gassed if anything girls are on.
Don't fuck with me, you know. And when it's
You sound like he was there, boy. I was like, raw. I heard that in Joe. I heard man talking like that in Penn.
so they're all there in the ship, so these men are there, and the men are there in their stunners and the dancers. Yeah, she's a bad man. Trying to do their minimal dance.
Yeah, minimal. Like they really go it on them.
But you know what it is? You know the spirit's not there. You know the spirit's not there.
You can see it.
No, I've seen it already.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I've seen it.
You know what I'm saying? And then,
So I'm not gonna get drawn out.
no, I'm even
Right,
gonna stand
no.
still now in this shoot.
Not there.
Everyone else that's over the acting up with
I've seen it. I know what I've done.
Can women be gangsters?
They are the gangsters.
They are the
No, what are you
gangsters.
talking about? They are the biggest gangsters, fam.
Stop. He said no. Let's speak about it.
Well, they're the ones who are going to inherit everything that's there.
No.
Remember, if they send
So
somebody
how are
away,
they not the biggest gangsters?
yeah, there you
They're
go.
the biggest gangsters, cuz.
Because when you get
If
licked
they
down and
send
go
somebody
jail,
away, everything is there. They've got access to everything.
who's running El Chapo's thing? That's why it's his
why?
daughter or wife.
It's-
Yeah,
it's
she's
his
moving
sister.
like she's on Instagram.
Yeah.
She's on smoke.
You see, what you got to understand.
She's on smoke.
Who's ever spoken to you in a way in your life?
That you wouldn't accept
Women.
from any man, woman. Yeah. Do you know what? I take it. I'm an
I
idiot.
heard like that for a
110%. And you know what? Based on some limited experience recently,
Why Martin been going?
and I had to catch myself, 100%.
Yeah.
And I would never, if that was a man, I would have licked him down cold.
No,
But
women
you
are
know,
the
because
biggest
it was a
gangsters.
woman,
Women are the biggest
and I
gangsters.
sit there,
Yeah.
and I say, I adopt my father's posture. I say, nah,
Women are the biggest gangsters.
Do you not
You
be
gotta rate
quiet.
them. Their thing is different.
yeah,
Their thing tingles down your spine.
yeah,
Sounds like you're saying that.
yeah.
You know, if my man talking shit, you just know he's a dickhead.
What? They and you know, they
Yeah.
want you to do the wickedness.
I need that massage after
Now,
that.
1 minute. Do you know you called it? And that's
Cupping.
another aspect with certain things. And I've had this
Yeah.
where the wicked come right up in your face,
Yeah.
like no man ever could, and then, oh, go and lick me down. And you have to dress back and say, wow.
That man is sounding
Exactly
like
that.
Kevin Samuels.
But you know what? Because it's an actual realization.
my dog.
And then you know the realization.
R.I.P. Kevin.
1 minute, you know the realization. I have to ask, but what is your genuine intention for me? And I say this why? Because we've been talking on this
Who, the
informal
Gallum?
thing. Yeah, no, I'm not even going into it. I'm not even questioning it. But bear with me. I want because I want to address a point. So we talk about this informer thing, yeah, where people when people can't, and I tell you when the informer comes out, when people can't protect themselves. So I remember when we were talking off camera, I said that I actually been lit up once, and a brother
Someone's brother.
might actually think that I will go around, go carry, go tell. 2 occasions, things have happened to me. From one, I was robbed, and one, my head will be twice the size that it is now.
Yeah.
And both of those people might have thought, oh, I'm gonna go around, go carry, go tell. Nah, in that time, what you don't realize is I was actually making a decision.
Yeah.
And I got 2 decisions. One of them is either I'm going to cancel your contract and I'm going to transfer my karma possibly to my seed,
Yeah.
how spiritual karma moves,
Yeah.
or I'm going to eat it and do nothing. Now, it's only one of those decisions because as far as I'm concerned, there's
I don't
only
know,
2.
eat and do
There's
nothing.
1 minute, bear with me.
Eat and move on.
Eat and move on. So what I'm saying is there's only 2 letters in the alphabet. It's either you're going to follow letter A
No, there's 26.
or...
Is it 26?
No, don't do that. And I'm going to
Is it
tell you
26?
why. Watch out now.
I don't know. Is it
Now I'm saying
26?
something to you.
Is it 26?
Now,
everyone?
a mutual brethren, Carl Ramsey used to have a poem,
check.
Yes.
and he used to say, "Plan Z, man dead, man dead." So there's A, ain't gonna do nothing, or there's Plan Z,
Yeah.
man dead.
Yeah.
Now certain people, men of an ilk, always keep a go bag
Yeah.
with the things in it
Yeah.
for Plan Z,
Yeah.
with a black tracksuit and the belly and the things that you can set on fire and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
throw away.
26, I was right.
No, you're right. There are 26 letters in the alphabet, but
It was in
he's
there
doing all right.
somewhere.
But you see this thing,
26.
you genuinely have to make a decision, you know, because I'm saying this for all the babies that go to jail because they're emotional.
Yes.
And over a period, I had to make a decision. I said, because you see one thing about me, I'm a very clinical guy, I'm not emotional at all.
Yeah.
And I had to weigh up. And I said, imagine if you actually cancel somebody's sky contract and you was to leave this plane, know that you would have been to blame.
Yeah.
And that would have been your karma visiting you.
You would have been there.
What do you love more than anything in this world?
And that's that shit need to be explained.
But bear with
This
me.
is what I say to you.
No,
This
but
is
did you know
part of
why?
the gangster complex.
No, but
We
there's a
feel
reason
that-
I explain certain
No,
things.
I understand what you explained.
Because
but I'm
some
saying-
people won't actually go through
But
the
it's still-
process.
it's
Do you know
still
why?
part
Because
of the
they go
gangster
say
complex.
they go straight to emotion
No, but this is what I said. This is what I say to you. Even the
about the gang. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the gangster complex of even our explanation of how our fury makes us feel.
Yeah.
There's even sometimes there's a lot of conversations I have with people, and there's always a side where they feel like they need to. But man, you idiot! It's like,
I'm not. No, that's not the conversation.
You don't. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying this is something that's in our community.
Yeah, definitely.
Something that we need to address. Yeah.
And
the fact that
that's not even a necessary thing, because that's only for the projectors and actors.
Projectors and actors.
That will say.
But there's even there's people that have stories that people should listen to. Like my thing is, I always relate to a plumber or electrician.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're a plumber, yeah, you're a plumber. Yeah, no one's gonna. You can't just pretend to be a plumber because you unblock the toilet.
No.
So a man can just bust a shot. He can't pretend to be a gangster
No.
because he busts a shot. You know what I'm saying to you? You have to be extensive with this thing before you can even. Some of these youths, before they can even call themselves a gangster, before they even bang any had any pussy, they're in jail for life. Yeah. So
we haven't even explored that.
So this is the side where I'm
the lack of experience.
This gangster thing has been taken on so early now.
Sorry, do you know there was 23 letters originally?
Oh jeez.
Wow. So I know Jay's a new one.
3 got added.
J got
To the
added
alphabet.
by King Augustine.
J was definitely added.
No,
Yes, so that's why.
that's why it's big J.
W was
say-
added
W.
to state for an independent letter.
Okay. And then
W,
what's,
Yes.
That's what that W states.
Because
Independent
W
letter.
is a German.
and what's the third one?
U.
What was it? Where did that come?
U.
So it's new.
You. Yeah, you got added.
Okay, I'm not surprised.
Needs to do the history around it.
U, J, and W.
Yeah. Hey, blame the church.
So back to the gangster complex in the church. The church has got gangster complex.
Don't even bring that one.
The mosque has got yeah. I was saying, and you know what I always say to people with the religions as well. Even with the religions, I feel like there's every religion. I feel like is that,
Just politics playing out.
as well as the politics playing out. I feel like there's spiritual levels. So because they exist, I feel like they're God's will.
Okay,
So everything that exists is God's will.
it's God's will. Yeah.
So when you look at all the different religions, I feel like there's levels of spirituality where you are. Because there's people that I've seen that needed Islam. There's people that I've seen that needed Christianity. There's people that I've seen, and depending on the level that they was at, because I feel like people diss the level, the name religion, and I understand why. The word in itself says rely on if you make the G silent.
Yeah.
So already it seems like it's something to rely on. Do you get what I'm saying?
But it is.
But I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's spirituality. Like there's a level of spirituality that is missed from all religions. So people read the Bible without spirituality.
Absolutely.
And that's where they're missing. Like
Absolutely.
so when you come into the Bible with spirituality, you start understanding it because you got experience.
But it's a code. Then you would understand that it's a codified book.
It's codified.
And within it being a codified book, that there's a pound coin buried under lots of pennies.
Yeah, but if you read
and you would have to remove the pennies
but if you read it like
to
a
find the
storybook,
pound coin.
Yeah, no,
Then you're going to take it literally.
Yes.
And it's not.
It's not.
It's allegories.
Yes.
That are giving you the codified language.
That's right. But if you don't
to how the
if you don't
world
read it-
actually
if
works.
you don't read it spiritually, like if you don't delve into spirituality, which they tell you is their cult, you won't understand what the Bible is.
110%.
And that's why a lot of people. That's why I say the Bible is still one of the most powerful books because they do exorcism with the Bible. Yeah.
I used to think that.
No, but you know that it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Because
Like, when
if you've
people got
been on a certain
spirits, they have to-
metaphysical journey,
You have to bring the
Juju
Bible.
man
They do
did
juju with the
Psalms and all
Bible.
that. I'm like,
They do black magic with the Bible. Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah, they do a lot of spiritual stuff with this word. So you have to step back and look at this word now. Like, and then but there's different versions of the Bible also. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the Ethiopian Orthodox that
Yes.
where that when you really want to go with
has everything.
has
because it's
earth,
undiluted.
earth, wind and fire. Do you get what I'm saying?
And the same in Islam, because you said levels. So now you look at Sufism,
But Islam is not. If people broke down Islam,
the Abrahamic.
it's like the word Muslim itself means that submit to God.
Yes.
So a lot of us, I do that anyway. So you can call me a Muslim. Before I didn't know that. Before and Islam is more of if you, it's almost like breaking down the religions that's already been.
Absolutely.
Do you get what I'm saying as well? And then you got Sikhism and Hinduism, which is also a different level of like the. So I feel like a lot of these books are broken down into pieces for people to not understand.
Yes.
But so depending on where you are, you can actually get to a certain level of understanding because you'll meditate. That meditation is something that Jesus did. But you know what I'm saying? But now we're talking about whether the letter J was even. So now we're talking about Yeshua. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Jacob. Yeah.
For Zach.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Jacob.
Yeah. Wake up, Jacob. And then you talk about the fact that Jesus spoke Aramaic.
Aramaic.
And Aramaic within.
And was a Jew, not Christian.
And let's go into that in a second, yeah. But the Aramaic language that he used, what if you in Aramaic, what is God? How do you say God in Aramaic? Allah. Allah. Allah.
Yeah, I don't never did. I posted that.
But Allah, you know what I'm saying? Allah, Allah.
Yeah, but it's why.
Yeah, Elohim.
Well, El as all of the angels.
Yeah, it's the Elohim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Wahe or something.
But yeah, it's like the word
WYAHEW.
I can't remember how it's actually spelled, but it's like L.
But the
meaning
L is in front of all of the
it
angels.
says the God. You know what I'm saying? So it's Allah. So that's how Jesus would have referred to. But when they're doing that, bro,
he's doing that every time he's getting up there.
It's but even the reason that tune is got a lot of
and don't underestimate
that tune.
any of them. And it's like famous.
Yes.
All of them.
Yeah.
And they know what they're conveying. But you see, the thing is, they're conveying a codified language that actually identify the people.
Yes.
So remember, you said something to me about how I speak.
Yes.
And you will say you will lose the majority of the people. I said, but I was never speaking to everybody.
I didn't say you're losing.
No. Here's the thing. You see, there are people. My message is for everybody.
Yes.
You may not all get the message. Because I'm speaking on frequency to particular people. Now, there are people, just like that book, that has the whole thing in it.
No, but I don't believe speaking on the frequency is speaking good English. Speaking good English has got nothing to do with the speaking on the frequency. Yeah?
The comprehension comes from a frequency.
No, the comprehension comes from your presence in the first place.
And I did defer to your wisdom earlier, didn't I?
5% of speech is communication.
Yeah.
So
and you know what communication is?
Yeah.
Just to make an intervention.
Mm-hmm.
Communication isn't talking. Do you know what communication is?
Exactly.
It's making a breakthrough.
Thank you.
And when you make a breakthrough, you've actually communicated something because people get it.
Exactly.
And they get it based on the spirit, based on the intention, based on all of the energy behind it.
There you go.
And it is a very spiritual thing. So when I say I defer to your wisdom, make it know. There's nothing that's underestimated.
No.
From what the guy behind the camera says.
No, we're on the same page.
Any stage.
You know, like even when we go back and forth, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. We're all on the same page, man. Trust me.
But you know, this is QB's show. QB's got something to say.
Yeah.
No, I ain't. I'm listening to you lot. I'm listening to you lot.
It's even a point where, like I say to you, the whole the complex, how it works both ways.
Yeah.
And even when you get to a place in your life where you've gone past it, or your people have gone past it, and the younger generation, I feel like how do we communicate to the younger generation in a way that doesn't judge them, but makes them understand that they don't want to experience certain things?
Do you know when I understand? My accountability partner, who's 16 years old, my boy. And when I go to my nephew, who's 15, I don't have as much access to him as I used to have. And when I speak to my nephew, I know if I'm going to lose him, and I know when I got him. But you know the one thing that my nephew does that he doesn't do with anybody else? I get 110% of the unadulterated truth. Does he do that with his mum? There's some judgment in there.
Yes.
Does he do that with his gran? There's some judgment in there.
So you're saying try and remove the judgment?
You see, let's put it on a completely primordial state.
I'm going to warm it up a little bit.
And I'm with you. But I'm just going to put it on a completely primordial state. You see, women, there are men who talk about themselves being cocksmen, and what they get. But you see men, when they're talking about judgment and they're there with a woman and they don't realise they're being judgmental. One thing I realise about myself, I enable a woman to express herself completely freely as she wants to express herself. And do you know what happens as a byproduct? She expresses herself creatively as she wants to. And when you can transfer that outside of that, because you're getting something from it sexually, you can do that with man.
Why does that have to be sexually?
Yeah,
because it's a woman. And I'm talking about enabling the woman to express herself. So you see, when I'm talking about being
There's
primordial,
many ways to express yourself.
now, there are, but I'm literally speaking about a specific thing.
Yeah.
When I talk about being primordial, there are certain things that I'm 10 toes in, because I'm very passionate.
I hear that as well. Yeah.
And when the man understand what I'm saying,
I think sometimes man they just make it try not to get man in trouble.
no, do you know what? I don't have no boss anymore, so I can't get in trouble.
True.
So I can just say
That's
what
all
I
we
want.
needed to hear.
I don't have a boss. So when I talk about being primordial, we can be very judgmental as people.
Yes.
And I realize where I'm most successful in most of my endeavors, I remove the judgment. And I just enable people to express themselves as they desire to. So it could be a woman sexually, it could be a you in terms of what they have. Because remember, I'm a premeditated Russ, and what am I doing in the background? I want a particular outcome, the truth from you. Now, how can I enable you to tell the truth? I remove the judgment, right?
That's good. That's
So
good.
I say you're good to express yourself.
Remove the judgment. Go on before you forget. What was you gonna
judgment?
say? What was you gonna say? You said you're gonna stir things up.
Oh yeah, what's your biggest achievement?
My biggest achievement. My biggest achievement is actually showing my son what a man is by denying every request that is made of me that is external.
But you know what I said? I put a question up the other day,
Yeah.
and I said, "What is your evidence of who you think you are?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people was
Because you asked me that question earlier.
yeah, and I always ask people
Yeah.
this, but I'm saying the response was with people was a lot of my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids.
Yeah.
And my thing is, what are you showing your kids?
Yeah.
Forget them being your evidence of who you are.
Yeah.
What are you showing them? What are we
What are you
bringing
showing
to
them?
them?
Because you see,
From
one
my,
thing,
from my
and
good and my
and
bad,
when I say about
and my everything,
accountability,
you know what I mean, good, bad, and ugly. This is my evidence of who I am. This is evidence of what I'm trying to do. Yeah, this is my evidence, isn't it?
you see, when I talk about accountability,
Yeah.
my boy is 16, but there's a reason he's ahead of his years. Because he has 50% of the makeup of his mother,
Yeah.
who knows who his father is. See, my son's mum, she know exactly who I am.
Yeah.
She know, you know there's man, all these trauma bonders who go out with the wicked.
Yeah.
My son's mum, no. Dino Kai Senior, because my son is Dino Kai Junior,
Yeah.
have £1 million.
Sir, I can go toilet, don't worry.
Yeah.
Men are not problem in life
Yeah.
based on who Dino Kai Senior is.
Yeah.
Not because he's nice, because Dino Kai ain't nice. He's
It's
bear
not
with
about
me.
that.
Bear with me. He's kind.
No, 100%.
And you see, kind is different from nice. So when I talk about my son,
No, but without explaining that.
Bear with me.
No, one sec. Because I feel like even what you're explaining, I understand, but it's not where we even when he's saying to you,
yeah,
like, my thing is that like, some of the things that we look at evidence of ourselves, they're very simple.
yeah.
You know, like there's some
The
stuff,
highest intelligence is very base.
very
It's
basic.
simple.
So there's some stuff that you can explain in that manner, and I'll take it because like, I love how you think. I love all your points, but then we don't get to certain things.
Let's get primordial. Let's get really base.
Let's get really simple.
Yeah.
And let's talk about like the things that make you proud of yourself. And this is what I was trying to get to for people to understand. And you know, like when they say the evidence of who you are, and you know, like it's even a difference in comments, because people want, it's not the evidence of how you want to be seen.
It's for who you are.
Yeah.
And I have an answer
It's
for
not
you.
the evidence of how people look at you.
I have an answer for you.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you what it is? If I strip away everything from me,
Yeah.
except my resolve, if the biggest asset that I have
Yeah.
is my resolve,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that's
So
what I said.
and bear with me.
No.
So my resolve
Yeah. Is
my superpower.
and
Is that all I have is what I actually know and believe. And you strip away everything else away from me,
Yeah.
what I know and what I believe
Yeah.
is real. And I can actually demonstrate it and
It's
play
real to
it out
you.
because of that resolve. So where
Yeah.
the world thinks you got no more options.
And my thing is that even sometimes everyone wants to play the middle with this conversation.
Yeah.
Because my thing is that when you play the middle, you can answer it intelligently, and you can do all these other stuff.
And I'm not. When I say my resolve,
But
I'm taking intelligence out the equation.
no, but you're not. you're still saying my resolve. It's still an intelligent answer.
It sounds like it.
If I gave you three words to explain,
But King, it sounds like it, and I'm going to say it in this way.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. But if I have nothing, you see my experience, my intellectual capital. When I say my resolve, what I know about me,
Yeah.
I can go and execute. Some people don't have
But that's not explaining in a simple state who you think you are.
who I think I am.
So that will explain his question of what's your biggest achievement.
I'm a creator God.
There you go.
And I'll say it in this way.
That's it.
And 1 minute, and as a creator God, if I have fuck all,
Yeah.
out of nothing,
Yeah.
the message, the download will come to me,
Thank you.
and I will make it a motherfucking thing.
Now you're talking. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what mine is?
Yes.
Finding something, yeah, that don't be like a detriment to my mum's heart and that.
Yeah.
And my daughter's heart and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand that I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Security.
This is what it is for me.
Yeah.
That's pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big. You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a simple
Yeah,
answer.
But you're a creator God.
Yeah, I don't need to say
No, he's a
anything else
creator God as
apart
well.
from-
No, I'm not asking.
I feel like
Let's do it.
that's not nothing to do with. You can say that,
Yeah.
and I can give him what I think about him. But
Yeah.
that's his answer, and it's
Yeah.
very simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we always try.
We
to
convolute it.
we decorate it,
I'm
make it
I'ma
sound
keep-
into
I'ma
something.
keep doing
We make it, yeah. And it sounds beautiful, but
But it's convoluted.
yeah,
Yeah.
it gets lost in translation. And what's the point of saying anything if it's gonna get lost in translation? Like I know I can talk in a certain way, I can talk this way, but
We just want the essence.
what's the point? Like
What's
I know
the
who
point?
I know I want you to understand me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make this as simple as possible.
But
Rather
also
than convincing.
It also
Don't worry,
depends on
I
who
got
you're
that from
talking to.
them. That's my point. So when we're going over there, you see how we go over there and speak like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're fascinating.
Yeah, they do all of that.
Hey, do you know?
Who them?
And on that point of them
You
being
understand?
fascinated, I used to go to these talks. And I would go to the Open University.
Yeah.
When I say the Open University, I'm not talking about doing the course. I'm talking about their talks.
Yeah.
And imagine, because I don't give a ass what people think here, I remember that I wanted a glass of red wine.
Yeah.
And the glasses had run out. The wine glasses. They were civilized. They've all taken the wine glasses.
Yeah.
And do you know, there was only a thing left. It was a pint glass. And the guy said, would you like me to pour it in there? I said, fill me up, son. And he's poured the red wine into a pint glass. So now I've taken my pint glass full of red wine and my dinner. In this thing, it was the board of Brown versus Alabama or whatever state it was, and the 50-year anniversary. And I've gone in there and I've beaten the professor with my articulation. Because the cockle pickers, remember these Chinese cockle pickers who got drowned?
Yeah.
And he said, this is an immigration. I said, no, he said, this is a race question. I said, no, that's an immigration question. And I turned it on the professor and I was nobody. And do you know what? The people were looking at me. I didn't realize what I'd actually said and cut this professor. He was stammering. And now I've got my pint of red wine,
Yeah.
my dinner, and I've gone and sat on a table by myself to go and eat in a very uncivilized way. And now
Why is it
I can see a
uncivilized?
queue. Now bear with me. And I can see a queue. Oh, Jesus. Where did you go to school? Where's your education? And I said, no, it's not that. I said, my education's a very informal one. I said, where people went to SOAS, I was going to student union debates and I was going to the student bar, but I was never a student. And I would win games of chess. I never lost a game of chess in the student bar. And I'm taking a score where the pints are 50p, my petty criminal, and I'm a star. And then, and I didn't realize how fascinated they were with what was in my cerebellum. Because I didn't actually see the value of what I had done in that hall where I tore a professor to shreds.
But do you see it now?
No, I see it now.
Do you?
No, God. And do you know why? Because I defer to your wisdom. And do you know, I've had so many people actually throw this towards me. My ex, Iola C. Williams, my own son, who's my own accountability partner, my brother, Robert Robinson. But you see, when you threw it to me, I actually reflected and said, you know what, I've heard this before. You're an imbecile. As intelligent as you think you are, you didn't actually see who was sitting in your reflection.
Exactly.
Because you take it for granted.
And you see your ex.
Yeah.
You need to give her a phone call.
No, I don't need to give her a phone call. Do you know why? Because she had a contract, and this is just for you, darling, and I'm saying the camera. She had a contract for £4, and I call this thing the remix. You know when your ex calls you back, because you're a very sensitive guy, and you know you can do it to the beat.
I'm trying to help you about.
You know you're not trying to help me, and you don't need to talk too much. But you know what I did? I gave her exactly what she needed, so she could fulfill a particular contract.
How many times you've mentioned your ex today?
How long now?
Yeah.
3.
No. How many times have you mentioned your ex today?
Twice.
Twice. Well, you've mentioned your ex 10 times.
Oh, is it? I stopped counting.
You need to give her a call.
Yeah, cool. That's
fine. Do you know what it is?
Let him finish.
And I say this.
Do you want to finish it? Do you want to?
Nah. I wish her the best.
Do you want to give her an outro?
Yeah, this is the outro.
No, it's been more than one. It's been more than twice.
And this is the outro. Yeah. I wish her the best.
You know the frequency. When I got back on the frequency, I said, yeah, it's been more than twice. Let's go.
It's been way over.
She was even in his dreams.
Yeah. No. Don't do that, bro. No, there's a reason I'm saying this. It's a different ex. No, that was an ex from way back. And there's a reason I'm saying that.
No,
the one that I thought was
you
past.
Can't say ex. You didn't say my ex.
Yeah, it was an ex. It was an ex.
No,
it was an ex who came in the dream.
Even if it was, you're not understanding the frequency.
It's a totally different lady.
Well,
yeah,
no, she's important.
Do you know what? They're all important.
No,
I'm not doing that.
You're doing semantics now.
No, I'm not. And I'll tell you why.
They're all important.
No.
Oh, and a few of them are.
And I'm saying it. And I'm saying it for this reason.
You don't listen again. We're giving you listen.
No, but they're two different ladies.
It doesn't matter. There's one person that you need to call back that you know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Let's not even fight with you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He knows.
You're not fighting with yourself, man.
Let's fight with yourself.
Fight by yourself.
I don't even know who it is, so it's not even a personal thing.
He's gonna send you a message.
Yeah, you need to call somebody.
You deal with all of that.
Call them, and this is where we're getting to. Yeah, this is away from intelligence, and this is spiritual.
This is it's just away from everything. Just he needs to do with that.
This is what you need to do.
Yeah,
you're gonna leave.
We're not even here,
we're
audience.
You. Yeah, we're gifting him with
Ramadan.
a responsibility.
Yeah. So anyway, we've had a good episode.
Yeah. Gangster complex.
Yeah, we don't go. But no. This ain't the first time we're going to talk about it.
100%.
Because we're opening the debate for all the podcasts to talk about because it affects the whole community. Whoa. Whether you're in East, North, South, Manchester, Birmingham, wherever you are, Liverpool,
who best
wherever.
to open the conversation?
And the fear of
we're going to open it
gangsterism.
so we can talk about it. We can talk about it. Let's all talk about it together. So let's have a few lives.
Let's do it.
Let's have a few. What do they call them thing on Twitter?
Tweets.
No. No, when they're talking and all that.
Debate.
No, there's a spot in Twitter.
Spaces?
Twitter space.
Oh,
thank you, Mac.
Yeah, well done, man.
We're gonna win
everyone's
They
talking
changed
in
their logo
there.
and shit. I tried to look for Twitter the other day. I see this X on
Hey, it's changed.
Yeah, it's changed. They were talking in that Twitter space.
But that was always the plan.
Elon Musk.
And here's the thing you got to understand about premeditated men. Premeditated men are going to do what they're always going to do. And the world is looking the other way.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Max telling us, shout.
Finish, innit?
Yeah,
exactly. No, but you know what? Matt's a gangster because he knows what he's like.
Yeah.
He's sorry I'm about to go on one. He's like, damn! He's about to start, man!
QB.
Sorry. Big up Dino. Another episode like it's nothing. Big up.
Take him to the tower, take his head off. Off for pissing me off. Yo, I said, who can it be? I said, it's cause of the law. Take him to the tower, take his head.